On the 7th day after my father's death, more than 100 fellow patients flocked to my father. The group leader said, "Don't kneel down yet. Get us some medicine first." After a brief silence, the group leader became anxious. "We did rob your house of a few things. Putting that aside, you can't just stand by and watch us die, right?" "Oh my God. I've finished my medicine and it's time to get anxious." The group leader stood in the morning hall and said passionately, "My fellow patients, we just want to live. Is it wrong to want to live?" The people at the back raised their hands and shouted, "That's right, that's right, that's right." My fellow patients, there are people who can keep us alive, but do nothing to save us. What should we do with such people? The men continued to shout, "Damn it, damn it, damn it." The group leader turned his head and looked down at us. "Are you just going to watch us die? Are you really looking forward to our death?" More and more people gathered around, pointing and listening to group members telling their stories. "We are both cancer patients. Our family is in financial difficulty, and we have to take Chinese medicine all the time now. He has cut off our medicine. He wants us to die." The crowd was excited and some were crying. The group leader stretched out his hand to me like a victorious conqueror. Say, you still have to keep supplying us with medicine like your father did. If you find it troublesome, just hand over the prescription. This combination of moral kidnapping and a heavy blow to the weak spot has worked well in the past. Unfortunately, I am not my father, and I am not as compassionate as he is. My blood ran cold since the day my father died. That day, more than 100 people blocked my door, and the group leader was knocking on the door and crying. "We came to see Dr. Drive. W. Rest in peace." My mother was soft-hearted. She knew my father would die with his eyes open, but she still opened the door. At that moment, the group leader blocked the door and shouted, "Grab the medicine." The boxes and cabinets were turned over. The floor was in a mess. The doors and windows were removed and thrown on the floor. The bed collapsed. The table was broken. The medicinal materials were trampled and crushed. All my father's precious medical books were torn up, and everything that could be moved was moved away. It was only a day later. A face is a good thing. You can throw it away when you don't need it, and pick it up when you need it. My fellow patients, if he doesn't hand over the formula, we won't leave. We'll die here. Let's see if anyone cares. The group leader took the lead and sat in the middle of the morning hall, and the others followed suit and sat on the ground, blocking half of the sidewalk. Someone came from the police station. There was a sports meeting in the city these days, and public security was under 24-hour control. The police officers from the police station all had angry dark circles under their eyes. The police tried to disperse the crowd but failed, so they had to drive everyone into my yard as there was not enough room for them to stand. Some of them squeezed into the morning hall, which was packed, but at least it couldn't be seen from the outside. "Comrade police officer, I'd like to take the initiative to report the situation to you," Puyo Wenjui said. "We are all poor people. We have cancer. Some of us have been in the advanced stage for many years and only have one breath left to live after we became ill. We have received care and help from all walks of life with the help of enthusiastic people. Our condition has been well controlled for the further development of our society. We are still alive now, but because of him, we are going to die soon." The group leader stretched out his arms to hug the police and cry, but the police quickly dodged and blocked it with a baton. All right. I won't ask you any more questions. You're just talking a lot of nonsense." The police officer walked up to me and said, "Comrade, please stand up and talk." My legs are indeed numb. "Comrade, are you the owner of this place?" I nodded. "The house belongs to my father. He just passed away and I'm planning his funeral." "My condolences. What's wrong with these people? Why do you say you want to kill them?" "I don't know either. When my father passed away last week, they suddenly broke into my house, smashed and looted everything in my house. He has to go to the hospital for cancer treatment. What's the point of looking for me?" "Comrade police officer, don't listen to his nonsense." The group leader was anxious again. His father is a local doctor who can make a kind of pill that is very effective for cancer. More than 100 of us have been taking it for many years. That is cheaper than going to the hospital and be effect. It's better we just want him to continue to supply us with medicine, and we don't have any other requirements. Hey, country doctor. Why does it sound familiar? The policeman pondered for a long time and slapped his thigh. Is it the case that the Municipal Bureau and the Drug Administration jointly investigated last month? Yes, police officer. I raised my hand. This is where we sealed off the place my father was reported to have produced and sold fake drugs and practiced medicine illegally, and he was arrested on the spot. If my father hadn't died early from exhaustion, he would have been sentenced by now. Oh, the police looked at the group leader, then at the crowded funeral hall. Is it really effective after you took it? It works. Many people nodded. Since it is fake medicine, it is most likely to make you feel that it is effective and cheat you out of your money. We have encountered this situation many times. You should still go to a regular hospital for medical treatment. Taking medicine indiscriminately will cause serious side effects. An old lady in the crowd shouted. There are no side effects. I have been taking it for years, the hospital said. I am a miracle cure for cancer. How much does this medicine cost per dose? It's expensive, right? Many people have been cheated out of their fortunes by fake medicine. It used to be $1 per pill, but this year the price has gone up to $1 per pill. How many pills do you take a day? Just one a day. According to you, cancer can be cured in one day? Yes. The police officer put his hands on his hips and yelled, "Ignorance! The world's medical problems have been solved by a local doctor? You must be kidding. If there is such a special medicine, I will be the first to arrest and shoot the person who reported it." There was complete silence. I pulled the policeman's pants. "Uncle Police, they are the ones who reported my father." The policeman was stunned and looked left and right, very confused. "You mean no, I won't ask you." The police turned to the group leader and asked, "You took his father's medicine for decades, then reported him, robbed his home, and now you want him to continue selling medicine to you?" The group leader said excitedly, "Yes, he must sell it, otherwise we will have no way to survive." "I don't understand. If you need his father's medicine, why do you report him? Didn't you cut off his own life?" The group leader said, "They are two different things. We reported for justice. His father is illegally selling drugs and practicing medicine, so as law-abiding citizens, of course we have to report it, but since his father promised to supply us with drugs, he must do it. If he can't do it, let his son and grandson do it. Isn't it reasonable?" The police officer kept muttering. Illegal drug sales must be reported, and the promise to supply drugs must be fulfilled. Reporting prevents him from selling drugs. And not being allowed to sell drugs still requires selling drugs. Shall you? Do you understand? Why do I feel like I'm acting? The young police officer next to me said, "I understand what happened. I really don't understand the logic behind it. If you don't understand, forget it." The police officer said, "There are so many of you, you are not allowed to gather together without approval. Leave now. Otherwise come back to the station with me." A small number of people opened the door and ran away. What are you waiting for? Waiting to be detained at the police station? Another group of people ran away. The old lady ran over and said to the police, "I'm almost done with my medicine. People say it's not good enough. I'm sending you to the hospital if you argue. We'll settle it." The aunt yelled, "You want me to die? Your father is evil-hearted, and you are even more evil than him. How much money do you want? I'll give you all the money for my coffin, okay? Police comrades, he just wants to ask for too much. You arrest him and make him make 100,000 pills for each of us before you let him go. 100,000. The police looked at each other in bewilderment. 100,000, he can make it. But can you finish it? I can finish it. The aunt patted her chest. You said one a day, so 100 years would only be 36,000. I want to live 1 year longer than her. Just ask him to make 10,000 for me. Not one less. The police were speechless. The young police officer was very perceptive and stopped the old lady from retreating as she retreated. He said, I think we should go to the hospital. Hospitals or formal folk remedies are not reliable and are not good for your health. I pushed and pushed until I was pushed into the crowd, but I couldn't push it anymore. The police officer said to the group leader, "You are the leader, right? Disperse these people immediately," the leader said stubbornly. Then ask him to write a letter of guarantee to give us the medicine on time and in the right amount. I tell you, no one has the right to ask people to write a letter of guarantee. I warn you again. Take these people away immediately. The group leader waved his hand helplessly and led the rest of the group away from my home. Comrade, I see that you are still young, so you should study hard and obey the law. It is better not to inherit your ancestral craftsmanship. Take this as a warning, and accept my condolences. The flowers and plants in the yard what rambled a few days ago. A few strong ones had finally managed to poke their heads out. They were rambled, began to die, and were, we killed. But I couldn't care less about these things. I had long since stopped my father from doing this business. It was just that he was too idealistic and was so moved by himself. He was buried in a cemetery in the northern suburbs, and no one came to see him. He saved countless patients during his lifetime, allowing those who were sentenced to death by instruments and indicators to live for several years or even decades longer. But they did not thank my father, and even hoped that he would die sooner. They got what they wanted, and my father's spiritual faith collapsed when the drug administration and the police came to his house. He didn't understand why saving the dying and the wounded would make people hate him so much, and why he was buried by the people he saved. He collapsed in anger and collapsed on the layers of drying medicinal herbs, half of his body buried by the shriveled plants he had loved all his life. The police showed me the video, which proved that there was no beating or even collision. My dad died suddenly, and they were just following the law enforcement procedures. Because there was no verdict, my dad was still an innocent citizen when he died. It can only be said that it was an unexpected and unfortunate blessing. In the video, my father suddenly collapsed holding his heart, and the policeman next to him gave him first aid. The policeman said that my father kept muttering something after he got in the car and only stopped when he died suddenly. After leaving the cemetery, they went to the hospital to discharge my mother. She wanted to rest, but I guess that house of ours wouldn't be able to accommodate her there, so I had to take her to the house I rented. My dad just died, and I'm happy. Little doctor. People should look forward. There is a good thing ahead. The group leader looked around, trying to find a chair but couldn't find one, so he sat down on a stone block where he was pounding medicine and said, "Let me introduce myself. My name is James, and I'm the leader of the patient group." I know. I recognize you. Tell me, what's the good news? Let's form a partnership. You produce, I sell, and we split the profits 50-50. $1 each. You're stupid. You can't even afford a bowl of wontons in your entire life. Don't be like your dad. This place is not good. James pointed to the top of his head. How much are they? 100 per piece? Let me do the math for you. James picked up a cinnamon stick and started drawing on the ground. There are many patients in the group, excluding some family members. There are people who are actually sick. If each person takes one pill a day, that's one pill a month. That's one pill a year. One pill costs 100 yuan, and that's 10,000 a year. We each take half, and the annual income is 10,000. How do you think? At your age, how many people can earn 1,000,000 yuan a year by working? Earning 10,000 a year is considered rare, right? 10,000 a year. More than my father made in his entire life. 100 per piece. Can you sell it? I just said you are stupid. 100 per pill. That's 3,000 yuan a month. 3,000 to buy a month's life. Do you want to buy it? You will stay in the hospital for 2 days, use various instruments to take pictures, and you may be discharged with a fee of tens of thousands when people want to live. They still care about the price. I have seen with my own eyes a family coming to ask for medicine, and the grown man would kneel down and kowtow as soon as he saw them. When people want to live, they don't even want money, let alone the dignity of being a human being. Besides, I can do what your father can't do. James looked at me proudly. What's up? Get a license. I have connections. I can register your drug as a legal drug and sell it openly, or can sell it in pharmacies or online stores. I can issue invoices and pay taxes according to the law. You will never have to worry again. No one can report you. His expression was confident, as if he was sure that I had no choice if I were just a bystander. I would admire him. Think about it carefully. I'll come back to you in a couple of days, remember. I'm the only one who can help you make so much money. Don't be stupid enough to hand over the formula to the country. James walked to the door and I called him. What if I don't agree? When you die of illness, I can still sell it myself and I won't make more money. He laughed, unable to conceal his ecstasy. I'm not sick. How could I die of illness? Who told you that I have cancer? After saying this, he acted as if he was extremely weak and desperate, with his mouth slightly open and his eyes empty, as if he was waiting to die. Please, I still need to tell you something. He turned around and bowed slightly to me. I told them to report your dad. I said your dad got rich. How many black people can they get in a year? The time they make from each of them is only $1 a year. But they are so angry that it's like they were ripped off by a millionaire. It's so easy to settle accounts. Then the time will make them all report your father, as if he were the murderer of their father. People like them are not even human beings. So what's the point of making a little money from them? He left. The yard was empty. And I seemed to see my father again. He worked diligently to make pills of the right weight, and gave them to poor patients at low prices. Those people were bent over, in rags, but they all had evil faces. My dad couldn't have died in vain. I can't die in vain at the hands of these people. As the long night fell, I packed up the other things that needed to be moved out of the old house, lit 3 incense sticks in the yard, and after they burned, I put my father's portrait into the box. That night, there were more complaints from fellow patients. Some people are running low on medicine and want to find someone to take some of it, but no one is willing. Some people hoarded a lot of items and said they could transfer them for a fee through private messaging. However, because the price they asked was too high, people in the group cursed them. Bought it, transferred it. You are worse than the capitalists' dogs. More people expressed dissatisfaction. Dr. W is gone, and his son is at odds with us. Who can we turn to for medicine in the future? Group leader, please say something. It was you who said that if we report Drive W, he would lower the price and would not dare to cheat us out of our money. James, we just want to get the medicine cheaper. Not that we can't get the medicine. Human life is at stake. Is there anyone who cares? I will recognize whoever gets me the medicine. I am leaving my face here. Whoever has the ability can come and take it. Dr. W was also being naughty. He insisted on raising the price, and ended up killing himself. I really don't know if this is retribution. My money is money. Everyone's money is money. Do you have to be so mean? I make so much money, but I don't have the life to spend it. My father asked me to join the patient group. He didn't have time to use a computer, and he didn't know how to use it. He asked me to sneak into the group to see which patients had problems so that he could tell him at any time in case someone suddenly got sick. He could prepare medicine in advance. If he knew that his fellow patients evaluated him in this way, he would probably jump out of the gray box. My mother rested for a few days and came out of her grief. She took the initiative to take on the chores of cooking and cleaning the house. Seeing that she was hesitant to speak, They knew what she wanted to ask. I said to her, "Don't worry. I will not inherit my father's legacy. I have no interest in curing diseases and saving lives. I just want to honor you and live a good life in the future." My mother was very happy and ate an extra bowl of rice. She had no other wishes in her life except that she was afraid that I would repeat my father's path. But living a good life in the future is not that easy. The first thing you need is money, a lot of money. My father is already dead. Even if we kill everyone in the patient group, he will not be resurrected. The only thing he left me was the medical prescription that had been passed down through many generations of his ancestors. Day passed like this, and I found that they could guard my house from early morning to midnight, doing nothing but keeping an eye on it. My mother also said that when she went out, she always felt someone was following her. But when she turned around, she couldn't find the person, and it seemed like she was just being too suspicious. The arguments in the patient group became more and more intense. Those who had medicine and those who didn't were divided into camps and insulted each other. But once someone mentioned my father, everyone would instantly become united in their criticism. Finally, someone said he wanted to kill me and my mother. We would die anyway without the medicine, so we might as well die together. Looking at the increasingly terrifying words in the dialogue box, I clicked on James' call. In the yard of my old home, James was surprised by my suggestion. He walked around the yard 3 times before he managed to say something. "You are still ruthless," I said seriously. "I make medicine. There are costs. I want 60. James agreed without hesitation, but said, "He may not have thought about it. If something goes wrong at this price, it will be a bad ending." I said, "It's okay. Can't you legalize drugs? If they are legal, they are commodities. It is our right to set the price of commodities." James frowned and said, "That's true. But legalization requires the involvement of legal pharmaceutical companies. The price will also be affected by them. And it will take time according to what you said. I'm afraid that this batch of people will die of old age, and there will be no new patients to replace them. I don't care that. That's your business if you think it's too expensive. You can sell it for whatever you want, but you have to give me 300 per piece, not a cent less." James stared at me coldly. "I think I'm dark enough. I'm brave enough to sell it for 100 yuan. You are not old, but you're quite brave. You dare to sell it for 500 yuan. You're brave. Much better than your father. I have never had a bowl of chicken soup since I was a child. My father has no money. My father's tools were still left in the corner of the yard. I tried my best to imitate him, where to sit, where to put the medicine, what to do first, what to do later, and after a set of operations, the wet pills appeared in front of me. It's still damp now. It will be fine after a few days of drying." James looked at me suspiciously. I looked at him too. He picked up a pill and sniffed it. "It's wet now, so you can't smell it." Don't worry. Don't worry." James pulled out a utility knife from his pocket. What are you going to do?" "You won't get the formula even if you kill me," I shouted. He ignored me and cut the pill open. He took a look, put it down, and continued cutting the pills next to it. "What are you doing? Don't disbelieve me. I swear this is all true." My pale explanation came to an abrupt end. After the 4th pill was cut open, the filling inside was obviously different from the previous 3. These 3 were also wet inside. Why is this one completely dry inside? James' question left me speechless, as I was silent. He grabbed my arm and shook it violently, and a few pills fell out of my sleeve. He picked up one, cut it open, and found it was dry inside, just like the 4th one. "I was wondering why you were wearing such loose clothes. Turns out you were hiding something." James laughed. "The descendant of the miracle doctor turns out to be a magician." I was embarrassed. I asked quietly, "How did you figure that out?" James laughed up to the sky. "It's very simple. You brought honey. Honey is the binder of the pills, but you brought this transparent, clean, bright. It was obviously the common acacia honey on the market. I once secretly fought through your father's garbage. Your father has always used shuffle her honey produced in the south. This kind of honey is hard to buy. Once it arrives in the north, it coagulates into a milky white color like lard. I have nothing to say. Can you do it or not? Don't waste my time. Yes, but I need some time. I can't read the words on the prescription. I can't understand the words or NTU a college student. Let me see. I was a little embarrassed. We are in the same group now. Can I still monopolize your formula? No. You have to show me half of it. A Chinese medicine formula cannot be missing even one ingredient. You should know this, right? I opened my phone, blocked half of the photo, and handed it to him. Is this seal script? He returned the phone to me. I don't understand it either, but I know a few experts in ancient Chinese. You divide the prescription into 4 parts and I'll have each expert translate 1 part. This way it won't be leaked. No, I can look it up myself. I can figure out the formula in half a month at most. It's almost as if everyone died in half a month. James was so anxious that he was furious. So, aren't you afraid that I will know the formula? I have a solution. You can make a picture, right? You can Photoshop out the words you know on the formula, leaving only the words you don't know. I will find an expert to translate the words you don't know. Then you will have the complete formula. Then I will only have the incomplete half. At most, everyone will be happy. I thought about it and said, okay. When I got home, I turned on my computer, worked on it, covered the illegible words with color blocks, and sent it to James. James sent me a thumbs up emoji to show his appreciation, so I began a long wait, waiting for my formula to be translated into modern language that I could recognize by experts, waiting for my formula to be turned into 500 pills and create 80,000 yuan of wealth a day. The strange thing is that from that day on, the group of patients fell silent. No one said a word anymore, not even the routine good morning and good night greetings to encourage each other. Those patients who wailed all day long seemed to have died collectively and completely disappeared from my world. After a week, I became a little anxious, so I called and messaged James to urge him. He said it was almost done, that the characters were difficult to recognize, and experts were working overtime to look through the ancient books. Another week passed and I started to panic because James never contacted me. I started calling him frantically, but he either didn't answer or kept calling me. So I sent him a message, first, asking him how the progress was and whether he needed me to discuss it with an expert. There was no response. I became furious and righteously ordered him to stop translating my family's ancient books immediately, saying that he would not be responsible if anything went wrong. Still no response. I became scared and begged him not to make the seal script public. It was a relic from my ancestors and I just wanted to use it to commemorate them and wanted to know what was written on it. Since James said he knew an expert who could translate these ancient texts, I was willing to believe him, but how could he just disappear like that? I closed my eyes, and the corners of my mouth couldn't help but curl up. Half a month later, James called. The cell phone was placed on the tea table, ringing non-stop, causing ripples in the tea bowl. After ringing for half an hour, I pressed the answer button. Mr. W, fuck your mother. James' roar was deafening. Fuck your mother. How dare you lie to me? It was a bang on the other end of the phone and there was chaos. Don't arrest me. Don't arrest me. I was deceived. It was the one named W. The strange thing is that from that day on, the group of patients fell silent. No one said a word anymore, not even the routine good morning and good night greetings to encourage each other. Those patients who wailed all day long seemed to have died collectively and completely disappeared from my world. After a week, I got a little anxious and called and sent messages to urge the deadline. I thought about it and said, okay. When I got home, I turned on my computer, worked on it, covered the illegible words with color blocks, and sent it to James. James sent me a thumbs up emoji to show his appreciation, so I had a long wait. Waiting for my formula to be. We are in the same group now. Can I still monopolize your formula? No. You have to show me half of it. A Chinese medicine formula cannot be used without even one herb. You should know that, right? I opened my phone, blocked half of the photo, and handed it to him. He returned the phone to me. I don't understand it either, said. I know a few experts in ancient Chinese. You divide the prescription into 4 parts and I'll have each expert translate one part, this way it won't be leaked. No. I can check it myself in half a month at most. I can return the phone and open the chat history for the police to review. We added each other on WeChat that day. The first message was sent by me. It was a Photoshop ancient book. Second, I said, this is a photo that was translated by an expert. I don't know what's written on it for confidentiality. I blocked out part of it. This is one of the few relics my father left me. I wanted to keep it as a souvenir. Please don't share it with anyone else. James said, Don't worry. I promise not to watch it and I will never tell anyone else. Then, there was a 2-week gap. What followed was my angry warnings. My humble pleas. And James's silent indifference. What happened? Why did you arrest me? I asked the police. A group of patients, right? I nodded. Yes, there are close people in it. But not all of them are patients. This group was formed the day after you and I met. I shook my head. Not yet. I'm a senior now. What's your major? Well, one policeman whispered to another. Don't law students learn PPT? Another said, I don't think I should learn it. Who would know this if they don't work? Okay, go ahead. I walked out of the room and into the corridor, where I ran into James, who was walking by in handcuffs. As soon as James saw me, he went crazy and started cursing. You bastard, you did it on purpose. You deliberately tricked me. He used PPE to deceive me. Catch him. He is the mastermind. He poisoned that man. The 2 policemen escorted him and did not slow down. James disappeared at the end of the corridor and gradually his voice could no longer be heard. You're not the funeral director? No, the son of the local doctor? When I turned around, I ran into the police officer who was there on the 7th day. Uncle policeman, you work here. I thought you were at the police station. I'm here to report on my work and damn about to go back to the station. Where are you going? I'll let you do what you want. I just happened to be looking for you. We have recovered some of the stolen items from your home. May have been in the station for more than a month. I was really too busy and didn't have time to contact you to pick them up. You can just come with me. Oh, okay. What date? The guy I just bumped into wrong. That guy. The policeman looked around and motioned me to get out first. After I got in the car, the policeman said, he's a very capable person. He sold fake drugs and poisoned more than 100 people. I remember your father was also reported for selling drugs. You see, drugs still need to be regulated once something goes wrong. It's a big deal. I nodded repeatedly and said, I will absolutely listen to you and will definitely not inherit my father's business. I will study hard, work hard, and contribute to society. Yes, that's right. What kind of drug is he selling? Poisoning so many people. Hey, I don't know where he got an ancient prescription from. And he used the same prescription to make a bunch of poison. Then he had a group of people with cancer. About 100 of them. These 100 people really ate a lot and were very brave. They all died. Not a single one survived. I marveled. Do you know what's written in the prescription? I immediately shook my head. Aconite, 10 cents awesome. You know aconite, right? I continued to shake my head. You're right not to know. Your father must know aconite is aconitum ra aconitum. 1 mg can kill a person. The amazing thing is that you can buy it in a Chinese medicine store. 10 coins? 1 coin is 5 grams, so 10 coins is 50 grams. Yeah, he might as well write 1 liang. Wouldn't that be poisonous? Not only that, there are also rop and lea, red smilax, and derasima, all of which are 10 kyat. My God, they're all highly toxic traditional Chinese medicines. Is this for medicine? Or arsenic? He still sells it for 500 yuan per pill. My God, one person makes 15,000 yuan a month, and 180,000 yuan a year, more than 100 people. Tens of millions. How much profit? Tens of millions. No wonder he would take the risk. It's hard to get a suspended death sentence for such a serious matter. I'll get the things when we get there. Please sign first. But I have to make it clear that not much was recovered. I returned home carrying a large snakeskin bag. My mother was sitting in the living room, anxious when she saw me. She was so happy that she kept saying, "I heard from the neighbors that you were taken into the car by the police." I thought, you still think I'm possessed by my father, right? Don't worry. I helped her sit down, opened the lockbox under the bed, took out a cloth bag, opened it, and inside was an ancient book with an old yellowed paper. You've been fiddling with medicinal herbs and making meatballs every day for a while. I thought you were really going to do your father's job. What are you doing? My mother was still worried. They said, my ability to roll balls is useful. My school has a graduation performance and I will play the role of the successor of a Chinese medicine doctor. My scene will be very interesting. I will pretend to be discovered by the bad guy, so that he will let down his guard and think I'm a fool. Then I will deliberately reveal my flaws so that he will think a watermelon has fallen from the sky and finally die with a snap. I took a deep breath and picked up the lighter. Mom, my dad was killed by this piece of paper. If he didn't know how to make this crappy pill, he wouldn't have it hurl on the wall. The 2-inch-long flame flickered continuously, and densely packed handwriting swayed before my eyes. Since it's my dad's stuff, let it go with him.